What's up, everybody? This is Karen and Reese, otherwise known as the accessible scammer, the O.C.G, and I'm here playing Uncharted 2, hopefully. Hey, baby. Sorry about the delay. Oh, you did? I'm glad you missed me, baby. I'm sorry, my sleeping schedule's still fucked. Oh, I'm really trying, baby. I'm really trying to get it fixed. Yeah. Look at that butt!
와, 사제들 닝바 슈즈레샤 헨토레도. Why do you bet we need to get to that statue?
She's doing okay. Clean, trying to help her recover.
Tenzin, stand on that other switch.
Well, oh, sorry, my eyes are getting to myself. Good news is, either way, we should be able to spend more time tomorrow. Either I will get my schedule on track and we can spend more time together, or I will be up really early in the morning and we can spend time together.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. Bet I could climb those if they were a little lower.
Yeah. Okay.
Tenzin! Pull that switch! Now we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, I do hate us not getting to spend as much time together, you know? I do love you. I am trying to fucking get my shit together. Such a cutie. I'm excited to start up Uncharted 3 after we beat this. I really like Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3 is one of my favorite ones. Damn it. Like, see, how would you fucking know that it's at the top of the wooden panels and you have to spin around to the side when most of the time you're just trying to get off? You know what I mean? Like, some of these treasures I just would not fucking find on my own. Yeah. Well, babe, I'm gonna be try to be up and have my schedule righted as soon as possible. For one, for two, like I said, my dad will be working, and I've told him for the next couple of days to be on the lookout. That the box should be here in the next few days, so be on the lookout. And then my mom has the Ring camera, so we have double and triple backups. But I, like I said, I wouldn't worry about it. I'll try to be up, and besides, I'm gonna be up anyway. Early in the morning, even if I'm up late. For me, technically, to be early. So, uh, but I'm really looking forward to playing Uncharted 3, and I think you'll be excited for it. Uh, and Uncharted 3, I think, kind of gets a bum rep. People love Uncharted 3, but the general consensus is that Uncharted 3 is really good, but it wasn't as good as Uncharted 2. I disagree. I think Uncharted 3 is the best of the original trilogy. It has the most Sully in it, and has the most like focus on Sully and Drake's relationship. You get to see how Drake and Sully met. They have they have a couple chapters where you get to play as a young Drake, and kind of see like his origin story in Uncharted 3, like when he's like 14 and a young Sully. Uh, you know, uh, I really like it. It has one of my favorite chapters. There's this chapter that's set. Yeah, it has the most Sully of all the games. Like they made after Sully kind of takes a backseat for this game. You know what I mean? After like Borneo, he's just like fucking him out, and then he pops up again at the end. But for most of this game, Sully's not in it, so people complained about that. So with Uncharted 3, uh, they really focus on Sully and Drake's relationship. Sully is there for most of the game. And they introduce a new character called Cutter. He's this English bloke. That's one of my favorite characters in the series. The game starts out in London. Yeah, exactly. Uh, I like the whole desert theme that you get into. That you go, like kind of how like this game gets into the Arctic shit later on in Uncharted 3. You get into the Middle Eastern deserts. You're like trying to find like the lost city of the sands. Uh, I think Uncharted 3 has the best villain. Personally, I think Uncharted 3 is the best villain. That's open for debate, but personally, I really like the villain in 3. Uh, and then there's a Vita game. Yeah, no, you're only in London for the first couple of chapters. It starts off in London. Uh, Uncharted 3 is even more globetrotting than 2. You go to London, Syria, Yemen, uh, the sea, like the Baltic Sea, the fucking France, Turkey. Like you go to a lot of places, and uh, Uncharted 3 has one of my favorite levels in the whole series. Uh, oh, the cat wants out. Let me let her out. It has one of my favorite levels in the series. You go to this chateau in the wilds of France, and it is one of the most beautiful levels in the entire series. And it's like you're in these beautiful woods, and you explore this manor, and it gives way to like a Templar layer. So it's like starts out like 16th century Spanish. I'm sorry, not Spanish, French, and then it goes to Templar. It's really fucking cool. Like I said, it's one of my favorite scenes in the entire series. But yeah, okay, so you know they did uh uh I'm trying to find the way to put it. Okay, so you know how Sony had the main consoles? Sony also had two handhelds, the PSP and the Vita. Now they actually did an Uncharted game for the Vita. That's actually really good called Uncharted Golden Abyss. Now when once it's uh it's a prequel. It is made 10 years before Uncharted 1. So Golden Abyss. But at the time, it was super impressive because it was a handheld Uncharted game on par with the console games. It was really impressive when it came out. Still is. Like, it's a full Uncharted game. It was just on a handheld. The Vita was, like, very powerful. It was like almost like a mini PS3. And I have a Vita, and once I get the laptop and the capture card, I might actually be able to rig it together to stream that one. But either way, at the very least, there's Uncharted 3, and then there's Uncharted 4, and Uncharted 4 brings Nathan Drake's story to a close. Uh, it's pretty much the end of Drake's story. And then there's one more game, Uncharted Lost Legacy, but you actually play as Chloe in that one, and it's really good. I wasn't sure I'd be sold on the idea of Chloe is fucking awesome as a protagonist. Uh, no. Thankfully, no. I won't say what happens, but I will tell you this, Drake doesn't die. Uncharted 4 is just kind of the end of his story arc. And if I told you any more, I'd spoil it, and we've come too far. But he doesn't die. Okay, so 1 second, baby. I'll be right back. Yeah, he's great. Sorry about that. I have returned. Aladdin. Sorry. I just had to jump on the caffeine pony. I haven't had any caffeine in a while. Soon the shaking will start. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to stream Uncharted the Golden Abyss. I have the game and I have the Vita. It's just like requires certain things to be hooked up, so I need to see what goes into capturing it. So hopefully, but you don't need to play the Golden Abyss. It's not like needed part of the story. It's just like a cool side story. But at the time, it was really impressive because, well, they managed to get a full Uncharted game on the handheld. You know what I mean? Uh, so if I can figure out a way to rig it up to stream that, of course I want to, because I said I already own it. But, I don't know what goes into streaming Vita, so I'll have to see about what I can do, you know what I mean? But either way, it's not needed for the story. But yeah, and they do a fucking great job of Chloe in Uncharted. The Lost Legacy really explains why she is how she is, and they make her her own unique protagonist, uh, without making her feel like Drake. And I wasn't sure how I would feel about an Uncharted game without Drake, but I actually really liked her in that game. And they did a really good job. And it seems like they're currently working on an Uncharted 5, but it won't star Nathan Drake. But I'm really excited about who it will star, and I can't say anything without spoiling it, but I think you'll be excited to see who it stars as well. Ah, shit. Uncharted 4 is really good. Really, really, really good. I would say Uncharted 4 is probably my favorite one. Just trying to scoot my chair a little bit closer. I accidentally pushed it away. It's more comfortable for me closer up. Do. Well, I'm trying to get it. It's funny. Fuck a duck. Sorry, give me a second. Then I had the leg of the chair on my cord. God. But yeah, like I said, I won't spoil it. But you'll be pleasantly surprised. The ending of Uncharted 4 is perfect. They just they didn't want to drag the story along and people to get sick of Nathan Drake. You know what I mean? They wanted to go out while they were ahead and bring his story to a close. So the ending of Uncharted 4 is fucking awesome. Like I said, I'm not gonna ruin it, but it is like they found the perfect way to bring it to a close. And I think it's really sweet and heartwarming, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot. And they chose to go out on a high note. And Uncharted 4, like I said, Uncharted 4 I think is the best one. So and Uncharted 4 makes fucking huge gameplay improvements. All three of the first Uncharted games, Samantha, are on PS3. Uh, and Uncharted 4 was on PS4. So, literally, with Uncharted 4, it was like an entire new console generation. You know what I mean?
Sure, Tenzin. Take the easy way.
Ah, shit, I didn't mean to do that. So, Uncharted 4 is like a fucking quantum leap in terms of graphics and gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, it's the next evolution. Ah, shit. It looks so great. And they added so much good stuff. Like, so much good stuff. Like, you have no idea. they added car sequences. There's like actually a bunch of sequences in Uncharted 4 you get to freely drive a car and get in and out. And they're like more open levels. It's not like open world, but you actually have space to roam around and find optional shit. So they're kind of like mini sandboxes. Like you go into the wilds of Madagascar and you're driving a fucking Jeep around and it's super pretty. You're in the savannah. They upgraded the stealth. Because there is a lot of overlap between Uncharted and The Last of Us, and they made the stealth a lot better in The Last of Us because that game is focused more on stealth. So they brought some of that over to Uncharted 4. So like he can hide in grass and mark enemies to shit. So the stealth is a lot better. You know how like in this game, in the previous games, there's a couple of ropes you can swing on, but it's kind of simple. In Uncharted 4, you actually permanently get a rope, and you use the rope for the majority of the game, and you can freely throw it and swing it. And I know it sounds simple, but the amount of gameplay that they get out of the fucking rope is insane. It's one of the best additions to the series. Yeah. And Uncharted 4 is just fucking awesome. Son of a bitch, I keep... Yeah, that's my bad. Like I said, I think it's so good. And that's what I love about Uncharted 4. Or the Uncharted series, I guess you could say. It genuinely feels to me, personally, like the series just gets better as it goes along.
Sure, Tenzin. Take the easy way.
So it just feels like it starts out good and then it gets better and better and better and better. And then right when it peaks, it's over. Because it is better to go out while you're ahead. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's better to end while you're on top instead of drag it out. You know what I mean? It can just be really hard to do that sometimes because it's like, oh, we're doing great, people love the game, and it can just like, that's how shows go on forever, you know what I mean? Because they're doing well, so it's like, don't end them, and they wind up dragging them out, and then people are just like, oh my god, I'm so tired of this series, you know what I mean? Like The Simpsons, where people are still fine with The Simpsons, but everybody agrees that The Simpsons is just dragged on for way too fucking long. Because it was too popular, and they didn't want it to end. Yeah. Well, obviously that's not what I'm talking about, babe. I'm just meaning, like, the series that just, like, they wouldn't let them die. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, this show should have ended, like, 10 years ago. Like, did they just drag it on for fucking ever? And uh, even some animes I like to do that. We haven't talked much about animes, but I really like anime. Uh,
Finally.
yeah, exactly. Going out on the anime, going and talking about anime. We don't talk about anime a lot. I haven't talked about anime a lot, but I do like anime. However, I'm particular about the anime that I like.
Pull the switch on your side.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, now how am I gonna get across?
Uh, a lot of people like the animes that we were talking about, the fan servicey shit, where it's like, erotic and kind of porn.
Guess I'm doing it the hard way.
I could make a joke about that. I hate animes like that. Like a lot of people like anime that it's basically like softcore porn. That's not me. But then I also like a lot of the animes that you see, Samantha, are very over the top, bright, colorful, silly. I'm not as big of a fan of those animes. I like the darker, more realistic animes. Like, there's animes that are dark, gothic, bloody, that are more realistic. And those are my kind of thing. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Like, people have this idea of what anime is, and that's just one subsection of anime. Typically, the anime that most people think of when they're thinking about, like, anime is called shonen. Yeah. Uh, See, like, yeah. I guarantee you, though, I could find you animes that you like. I promise you. I know you. I know your taste. Shit. Like, I guarantee you, I know anime that you would love. They even have horror anime, Samantha, where it's like meant to be spooky and creepy. As I'm saying, people have this idea that anime is like this one narrow thing, and it's like one type of anime. It's a super wide spectrum of different genres. You know what I mean? Ah, damn it. One of my favorite animes, probably my favorite anime of all time, Samantha, is called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And it's set in World War I era. It's set in World War I era Europe. Yeah. Europe. It's set in World War I era Europe. And it's all about alchemy. But it's like it has a price. Everything is called the law of equivalent exchange. Every thing you transform, you have to have something of equal value. So there are people who can like turn water into sand and shit like that, and it's all the different applications of using it. And it's about these two brothers, the Alphonse brothers, and their mother dies when they were really young. So they try to bring her back to life with alchemy. And you're not supposed to do that. It's one of the laws of alchemy that you're not supposed to fuck with people's souls. And so they are confronted by this thing called the truth, that is meant to punish people, and it takes uh, Edward. It's Edward and Ulrich, Alphonse. Edward and Ulrich. Edward is the older brother. Ulrich is the younger brother. It takes his brother as payment and takes his arm as punishment for trying to break the rule. And he's able to get his brother back, his soul back, by trading his leg. And so he puts his brother's soul into like this living set of armor. And the story, he gets like a mechanical arm and a mechanical leg built. And it's about him trying to find a way to get his brother's body back. Because he's like a soul in a living armor while dealing with all kinds of conspiracy, and they're in the middle of a war in Europe. And it's very historically accurate. It's dark. It's bloody. There's all kinds of fucked up shit in it. I really think you'd like it. It's fucking great.
Alright. Now what?
Ah, shit. Yeah, the later episodes. I feel like after a certain point in Uncharted, they just said, you know what, fuck it, and just started kind of winging it.
Hey! Tenzin!
You see, originally, Samantha,
Got to be kidding.
originally, Supernatural was only supposed to go on for 3 seasons. Eric Kripke, the showrunner and the writer, planned it to be 3 seasons, and then they talked him in to lengthening it to 5. And then after the 5th season, with the whole cage, the devil in the cage and shit, that whole like end to that, Eric Kripke left because that was what he had planned the story and he was done. And after that, you can tell after the end of the 5th season, they got a lot more silly and just kind of like story of the week shit.
Uh-oh. Good reflexes.
Yeah, not Dixie.
Well, you know that you've seen the show. But see, that's kind of what I mean when I talk about a show going on too long. They had a plan. They had a plan. They had an ultimate story arc, and then they kept going after that for like another 10 years. I think they were on like, what, season 15 when they ended? And for me, it maybe kind of would have been better if they had just ended when they originally intended to. But it was the #1 show on the CW. God, I miss it when it was the WB, man. And so they're like, oh, we can't let it go. Uh, and have you seen Buffy? Exactly. Buffy went on for like what, 7 seasons, I think? 8, maybe? 7 or 8? But with Buffy, when they got to the end of the idea, they fucking ended it. You know what I mean? They didn't stretch it out. They didn't do like once they got to the end of where Joss Whedon wanted to go, it was over. And I would much rather that they do that than drag it out. And I get into debates. I used to get into debates with my sister. Uh, Hold on 1 second, babe. I'm gonna force myself to cough. Part of OCD. I have a tickle in my throat from the weather. It's been real rainy and wet. Gives me a tickle. And of course, with OCD, I can't just cough once. It has to be 10 times. Or some variable. Me and my sister would always get into debates because I told you my sister is fucking crazy about Supernatural. She actually has pictures with her with Jensen, Ackles, Jared Padalecki, and Misha Collins. She actually went to see them at a photo shoot in Tennessee. Took a fucking plane. Like, had a vacation. Like, she's crazy about Supernatural. And maybe one of these days I'll see if I can find that picture. But she has, like, she did, like, a full photo shoot with the cast. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think it's better, uh, I think it's better to end and quit while you're ahead. And leave people wanting more instead of making them sick of it. You know what I mean? It's better to go out with, oh man, I wish there was more, instead of, oh god, is this show still going? Like, look at The Walking Dead. I don't know if you've seen The Walking Dead, but like when that show started, everyone's like, oh yeah, great. Like, it took television by storm by the end. People were like, when is this going to fucking end? People were so sick of it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. For The Walking Dead, it was just like, it went on way too fucking long. That's what I'm saying, like, you know? And I'm a big fan of the comic book of The Walking Dead, and they fucking made all these changes that were fucking dumb. The first several seasons of The Walking Dead were very, very similar to the comic, because that's what it comes from. It originally comes from a comic. And the show originally, uh, uh, I know one of my patented Karen rants. The show originally, Samantha, was actually ran by the guy who made the comic, Robert Kirkman. Uh, so, of course, it was similar because it was the original guy, and that's why it was so good. It was true to his vision, and they basically eventually fucked him over. They made him make all these compromises and cuts, and he left after like season 3, and they didn't pay him what they owed him. He fucking took him to court, and I kid you not, he got like over $60 million. More, because like he was able to conclusively prove that AMC was not paying him what they fucking promised, and it was like their most popular show. And I think for like at the height of The Walking Dead's popularity, when they fucked him, it was literally like the number 1 show on television. So like they owed him like a lot. I mean, like he took him to court. It took him a couple years, but they paid him out the ass and gave him future royalties because they straight up he was able to prove they fucked him. But like for example, Carl, he does not die. He is the last one surviving in the fucking comic book at the end of the comic book, and he's an adult. Rick is the one who dies in the comic book. He doesn't die in the show. They killed off Carl because he was about to turn 18 and they would have to pay him a full adult salary instead of kids. And they were so fucking cheap that despite how important he was to the story, despite that he was literally intended to be like the main character going forward, uh, and the later parts of the comic go extensively into Carl as an adult, they literally killed him off because they didn't want to pay him full adult. Judith, his other kid, she never fucking existed. They just did that as a fucking replacement for Carl. And like I said, and it was fucked up. You know what I mean? Because uh, uh, it was some. I think his name is Chandler Riggs. Is the name of the Carl, his actor. He wasn't asking for some outrageous sum. He wasn't being a dick on set. He literally just wanted to be paid the same as any of the main cast because he fucking was a main member of the cast. You know, so like pay me as much as Carol or Negan, you know what I mean? And they didn't want to. And like what was he in that show for like 10 years? Like he gave like most of his childhood to that show, and then like they literally just fucked him because we might have to pay him the full adult salary. It was really shitty. And because they did that, they altered the whole trajectory of like the last couple seasons of the show. You know, and I could understand if he was being a dick and he was like, I want to be the most paid cast member. You know what I mean? Or asking for some outrageous fee. He literally just wanted to be paid the same as the other adult actors because he was about to be an adult and he was a main focus of the fucking show. So, I mean, he got a raw fucking deal. And because they killed him, they dramatically altered the trajectory of the last few seasons of the show to where it was completely different because literally, in the comic books, Carl is more and more and more and more of a focus as he becomes older until at the end, Rick dies and he takes over as the sheriff of the colonies and shit. And I'm telling you that because it's not a spoiler for the show. The show is different. Rick is still alive. You saw like the whole spinoff Rick show. Uh, because that's the whole point. Is like when Robert Kirkman saw it as Carl coming of age. His whole like origin story of him going from a boy to a man. So that was the whole point from the beginning. He always knew how it was going to end. And so because they killed him, they literally could not do virtually any of the shit that was in the last chapters of the comic book, and had to radically fucking skew just because of their fucking greed. That was it. Uh, I don't know if you've seen the Daryl Dixon show, but it's actually pretty good from what I've seen. I guess they changing it up worked. Uh, But that show originally, the first season was supposed to have Carol. It was literally supposed to be called Daryl and Carol, and uh, uh, it's supposed to be called Daryl and Carol. And the only reason Carol wasn't in the first season is because she was currently busy with other stuff, family obligations, and they didn't want to delay the show to include her. Even though like everybody else wanted to delay it so she could be there. So instead, the first season was Daryl, and then the second season had Carol come in. But if they had just waited a few months, they could have had Daryl and Carol from the beginning. But like, no, we got to make that money now. Do you see what I mean? Like, The Walking Dead was good in spite of AMC, and I could tell you many more horror stories. Like they really fucked it. Like every time AMC decided to abandon the source material, they fucked it. Uh, and I'm trying to figure out the way to put it. Like Andrea, a lot of people grew to fucking hate Andrea. Like my mom grew to hate her. In the show, she just becomes an enormous fucking bitch. That did not happen in the comic books. Andrea made it to like the end, and didn't have her like whole like cunt arc, where she just goes crazy and she's fucking Shane and did all that shit. That was not in the comic books. Like uh they totally fucked uh uh Andrea's character in the show. She didn't become an insufferable bitch. Like Andrea's character, like she derailed so badly to where people were begging for her to die by the time she left. And it sucks too, because the people who never read the comic book, like, she is nothing like that. And who knows why they fucking did that, you know? Like, I don't even understand what purpose it served to make her into a cunt. Sorry, I'm still adjusting my chair. Again, trying to get it perfect. For me, it's a science. But it's funny too, because it kind of proves right. Okay, believe it or not, Robert Kirkman, he is an amazing uh, uh, guy. I'm sure you've seen or at least heard of the show Invincible. You know, think, Mark, think. Uh, that has been one of like the number one shows on television or on Amazon Prime on streaming. Like it's been Amazon's biggest hit. Uh, and even if you haven't seen Invincible, I'm sure you've heard of it. Uh, and that is done by the same guy who did The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman. So like he has the breadth of writing to do this amazing gritty zombie story, and then also go and do this beautiful, colorful, over the top superhero thing. Oh, Invincible is so great. Yeah. See, now you're getting me worked up because that I fucking I think you're talking about Unbreakable. Love that movie. But it's a show. It's a really popular show. And the whole point I'm making about that, babe, is Robert Kirkman, after all the bullshit uh with them not paying him, they wanted him to come back and do Invincible because they wanted to make a show of Invincible. It was a comic book, and they had, first of all, they had to pay him through the nose. He wasn't going to get fucked again. And then he had to have full control of the show, and it's been consistently high quality. They're on like the fourth season now of Invincible. There's been no dip in quality like there was with The Walking Dead. Okay? So literally, when you let the guy who made the fucking thing have control and you don't try to fuck him over, it turns out well. And you can literally see when they got away from Robert Kirkman and they fucked him that the Walking Dead dipped in quality when they got away from the original writer, the guy who actually understands it. You know, when they have people who didn't create the thing fucking with the thing, it almost never goes well. You know what I mean? Like Game of Thrones. The whole, like, infamously awful last season of Game of Thrones is because they ran out of source material. The entire time they were doing Game of Thrones before, they were following George R. R. Martin's script. Uh, and they made changes here and there, but for the most part, they were faithful. And obviously, some changes need to be made because it's a different media. You know what I mean? Some things that work in a book don't work in a show. But so it stayed faithful, and people liked it. Then when they ran out of source material, because George R. R. Martin hadn't written the fucking book, and you could see as soon as they started to wing it, and they started coming up with shit, immediately the writing quality fucking plummeted. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to get my chair settled just while I want it. And that's why I'm such a stickler, Samantha, for fucking authenticity. Obviously, if you adapt a movie, or I'm sorry, if you adapt a book into a movie or into a show or what the fuck ever, there has to be changes made. It's a different medium. I'm sorry, it's a different medium, okay? But within reason, you should endeavor to stay as true to the source material as possible. Otherwise, you shouldn't even fucking make the adaptation. Like, I see an adaptation and it's like nothing like the fucking original, and I'm like, why did you even bother? Why would you not just call this something else? It's like hijacking the name for brand reasons. They wanted to make their own show, but they knew that nobody would watch their show. So if we take a popular name, we'll trick people into watching our show. Ha ha ha! That's basically what it is.
Let's hope there's another way out of here.
And like, I know I'm going on a rant. I hope you don't mind. I'm just excited to talk to you. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, as soon as they departed from the original source material, look what happened. That's why, like, it amazes me that everybody holds D&D, that's what they call them, in such high regard, because the second they started doing their own thing, it went to shit. Like, the only time they were good is when they were following somebody else's recipe. So how are they good writers? They're not. Look at when they were following George R. R. Martin's writing, and look at when they tried to do it on their own. So it's amazing that, like, they were, like, got so much praise, and then they got, like, a big-ass $500 million contract with Netflix doing a bunch of shows, when it's like, as soon as they did their own thing, it went to shit. So that means writing is trash. It's fucking garbage. The instant they could no longer suck on George R. R. Martin's dick, the milk ran dry. Uh, but, like, it's something that scares the shit out of me, because I fancy myself as a writer, and I have ideas for several stories that I'm working on. I have an idea for a novel, and one of these days, I will sit you down and I'll explain to you the premise for the novel. It's a really novel idea, no pun intended, and I think you'd be really surprised. It's a really clever twist on a horror idea. It's a horror novel, and I think you'll really get the idea, and I think you'll really rally behind it. And I'm just trying to get at the moment outline in my head. It's just figuring out all the minutia characters. I'm the type of person that agonizes over that shit. But I have a very strong idea in my head. It's for a horror novel, and I don't think anyone has ever done something like I want to do. Like, I think it would be really fucking unique. Uh, and the thought of, like, after I'm dead, say I'm lucky enough to publish my novel, and it becomes a big hit, the thought of somebody else waiting till I'm dead and taking that novel and keeping the name, but just doing whatever the fuck they want and turning it into something that it's not, scares the shit out of me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I want somebody to plagiarize my idea. I've told a few people. Emily knows because we've been friends for so long. It's not like I haven't. It's not like I haven't wanted to tell you. It's just not the thing because I'd have to explain it to you in detail. But like I said, that's what scares me. You know, somebody takes my fucking work after I'm gone when I can no longer defend myself, and they bastardize it. They put out a fucking movie or a show or whatever, and it has nothing to do with what I wrote, and that's a sign of my fucking name, and they're dick writing my brand. And so, like, I fucking hate it when somebody will do an adaptation of something, and it's like they're literally only using the name. And it's basically like they're fucking hijacking uh, somebody else's story. They want to be a writer, but they know that nobody will want to read their shit. So if they take a popular name and they have the brand, then they can dick ride that name. And that's why when you get adaptations like The Walking Dead that completely bastardize the source material. And The Walking Dead, at least, was still watchable. I don't think The Walking Dead ever got to the point where it was terrible. Definitely had a dip in quality, but at least it was watchable. Some adaptations are fucking awful. Like Dune. I'm a really big fan of Dune. The first adaptation of Dune in the 80s was fucking terrible. And the reason why is really simple. David Lynch did it. And you know what? I like a lot of David Lynch's shit. He's weird. He's fucking out there. You know, he did Twin Peaks. Okay? And I like David Lynch. But he did not make a Dune adaptation. He made a David Lynch movie that had elements of Dune, and he has said his heart wasn't in it, and he was just doing it for the work. So, even though I like the director, I fucking despise that movie because, like I said, it's basically like he just made a David Lynch movie that had a couple of elements from the novel. And it's nothing like the actual story. The newer Dune adaptations, they make some liberties here and there, okay? But the new Dune, thank you, it was. It was a very, very fucking shitty adaptation. It is nothing like the novel. I mean, like, it's fucking weird. And like I said, it's a David Lynch movie. And that's fine. If he wanted to make his own space movie, cool. But I don't like it because, like I said, he fucking hijacked another property and made something that, like I said, it had only surface similarities. I don't think David Lynch's Dune is a bad movie. I think it's a bad adaptation, and that still makes me fucking hate it. Uh, Meanwhile, in the year like 2000, they actually did a sci-fi miniseries of Dune, and it was actually really good. It was low budget, but it was accurate to the novel. Obviously, some changes were made, but for the most part, it was accurate to the fucking source material. The new Dune. Once again, they had to make some changes, they fit some stuff around, but it was mostly accurate to the source material. The new Dune Both parts was really good because they stayed true to the fucking source material. And it's the same fucking problem, Samantha, that I feel about Disney Star Wars, where people will jump on and they don't want to do the property justice. Like The Last Jedi. If you know anything about The Last Jedi is the most contentious Star Wars movie of all time. And the reason for that is because Rian Johnson did not make a Star Wars movie. He made a fucking Rian Johnson movie that had Star Wars characters. Yeah, the fucking weird space nun shit. That was so fucking weird and dumb. Okay, like they made the Bene Gesserit look fucking stupid. Okay, like they did in the movie with like the silk veil. They look cool. They just look like stupid space nuns in David Lynch. He had him bringing rain to Arrakis at the end. That's not how the fucking novel ends. That's like the opposite of how the fucking novel ends. They had the fucking like Sting as fucking Fade Rafa, and I like Sting, but he was just like didn't belong, and this is like weird. Here we're gonna have Sting in an acting role. They cut out massive portions of the novel. They have large chunks of exposition because they thought the audience was too stupid to understand what was going on. So like there's just long stretches of them sitting there like this happened, and they're explaining shit that you don't need to know. It's like they're talking down to you. They don't, you know? Yeah, like I said, I'm really not a fan of the 80s Dune at all. Like I said, it was not a Dune movie. It was a David Lynch movie with some Dune shit thrown in. And that, like, David Lynch is good on his own, but, like, that's what I said with Rian Johnson. He is a great director on his own. Rian Johnson has done a bunch of really good movies. He did Knives Out, super great mystery movie. He did a bunch of other, like, detective stories that were really good. When Rian Johnson did his own thing, it was fantastic. But when he did Star Wars, it was fucking terrible because he didn't do a Star Wars movie. He did a Rian Johnson movie with Star Wars. And I'm sorry, you can't do that, okay? If you want to make your own universe, fucking cool. Cool. Got you. But you can do what you want to do. But when you step into somebody else's playpen, somebody else's already established universe, uh, you have to abide by the rules that they have set. Okay? This is not a Rian Johnson movie. This is you stepping into Star Wars that has been around for 40 fucking years. That we've well established this is what Star Wars is. That's not to say you can't leave your creative mark on it. It just, there are certain things that belong in Star Wars and certain things that don't. The characters act a certain way, and if you're coming into an already established franchise, literally 8 movies deep, you need to stick to the established fucking guidelines. You can't just say, well, I don't want to be beholden, okay? Then don't fucking take on the mantle. You're coming into somebody else's fucking toy kit. Their sandbox, you need to play by their fucking rules. You don't go into somebody else's house and shit on their doorstep. Or rearrange their place and say, hey, I actually think your house should look like this, and then you start rearranging it. It's like, go to your fucking house, dog. You do the decor there. And like I said, yes, several generations of fans. We have established this is what Star Wars is. Keep it like that. Like I said, you can make changes. Star Wars. See, and I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant. I know I'm going on a tangent. I know I should be playing the game. I'm just like, this is something I feel really intensely passionate about. Where it's such of like bastardization of somebody's fucking will. And it's one thing like when the author is alive. George Lucas is still alive. And as much as I don't like what Disney did with Star Wars, at the end of the day, George Lucas decided to give it to somebody else. It's a whole other thing when it's like they're taking something and the author is dead. This author has no right to say what the fuck to do with it. So it's like you're besmirching somebody's shit, and they literally cannot defend themselves. They cannot defend their work. And for a lot of these stories, like they adapt a new story, an old story for a new audience, and that's like usually when you hear for a modern audience, it's a kiss of death, and that movie's gonna be shit. It sucks because it's really detrimental because I'm trying to figure out the way to put it. This new audience is not familiar with the original story. This is their first glimpse at this universe, and you're giving them a fucked up look at it. Okay, so for Dune, I really like Dune, but I started to like Dune much later in my life. Do you know why? Because I fucking watched the David Lynch Dune first, and it actually pushed me away from Dune, and I'm like, ew, this is fucking weird. I don't like this. So I saw the original, like the 80s Dune when I was a kid, and it actually pushed me away, and I thought all of Dune was like that. And then later on, when I was a teenager, my dad was like, no, the novels are really different. And once I got into that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually really good. But I could have been into Dune 10 years, 15 years before that if that hadn't been my first fucking taste of Dune. It makes an impression for a lot of these like classic Disney stories. They're doing these live action Disney remakes. For a lot of these kids, this is going to be their first impression of these stories. And it leaves a bad taste in their mouth, so it's ruining these stories for a new generation who probably won't take the time to track down the original source material, because why would you? Say you're 10 years old and you see a modern action Disney movie and it sucks. Well, I need to track down the novel and see if it's better. No, you're just going to say fuck this and write it off. So it damages the legacy of these properties and their ability to stay with an audience. You know, like, God forbid somebody starts watching fucking Star Wars with Episode 7 and sees that fucking garbage. Then they're going to think that Star Wars sucks, and they're totally going to miss out on the rest of the shit. Like, it matters. And first impressions, as they say, are fucking vital. You don't get a second chance at a first impression. So, it's like, it's almost, in a way, it's like the literary equivalent of robbing somebody's grave and pissing on it. And like I said, and it scares the shit out of me that, like, God forbid I'm lucky enough that my horror novel takes off, and I'm lucky enough to have some impact on the literary zeitgeist, where people remember my novel, and then somebody else is just going to be like, I'm going to take the name, and then I'm just going to do whatever I want to, and then that's associated with my name, and I'm fucking 6 feet under, and I can't defend myself. That's nightmare fuel for me. So that, like, when I see people doing that within all their story, it really pisses me off. And it's just like I said, and a lot of the time it's because these fuckers don't want to earn their stripes. Do you think George Lucas got to where he is, had it handed to him? Do you think that any of these big brands, yeah, exactly, uh, do you think that any of these big brands, Spider-Man, Marvel, that they got where they are just off of dick riding? They had to earn their fucking stripes by being quality. Stan Lee, obviously now everybody knows Stan Lee is a legend. He had to earn that fucking reputation. Do you think Stephen King, now everybody knows Stephen King, do you think he started off like that? He was a fucking nobody. Did he dick ride somebody else's story? No. He had to earn his fucking stripes. And you get these new writers for TV, for movie, for games, whatever. They want to be a writer. They want to be a hotshot, but they don't want to earn their own fucking stripes. So instead of trying to say, I'm going to write my story and hope that people like it and I build a name for myself the legitimate way, I'm going to fucking dick ride, piggyback off of this existing property, this name, because people will know the name, they see Star Wars and they have attention. And I'm not going to respect the material, the shoulders of the giants that I'm standing on. I'm going to pull my pants down and take a giant dump on their shoulder. And that's what it is. They don't have enough confidence in their work, Or maybe their work just fucking sucks, by the way. So instead, dick ride somebody else's property, and they usually wind up fucking it up and tarnishing somebody else's legacy, usually somebody who is long since dead and can't fucking fight back. And it is so disrespectful. You know, if you're an author, if you're a fucking author, and you're lucky enough to have your novel be remembered, that is your legacy. That is your mark on the fucking world. You may be gone, but your thoughts and words remain. And tarnishing that is so fucking shitty. It is distasteful in the highest sense. For somebody who literally cannot defend themselves, because you bet your ass, if they were still alive, they would not be fucking allowing that shit. You know? So, it's just dumb. It's just fucking dumb. You know, and it pisses me off. And like I said, I hope one day to be listed in that category of horror greats. Or writing greats, because I have other ideas for stories, but I love horror. And, you know, to be listed up there with Clive Barker, Stephen King, fucking Edgar Allan Poe, you know, the fucking greats, man. And I want to do that on my own volition. I want to do that the right way and not be remembered for fucking running somebody else's shit into the ground. And that is what we're seeing happening en masse in Hollywood. You have some shit, you know, like Terminator. Yeah, the damage is done. You have fucking Terminator. Dark Fate, where they fucking kill off John Connor. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, let's literally kill off the entire focal point of the whole fucking series. Because some author decided, well, I don't want to write something with John Connor. Then make your own fucking story, man. Make your own story then. If you don't want to deal with John Connor, that is what Terminator is about. Or you could just do a side story. Terminator is such a big universe, you don't have to focus on John Connor, but you don't fucking kill him off. Congratulations. You made the preceding 5 movies fucking redundant. And that Dark Fate fucking sucked. Fucking Alien, man. Alien 3. Fucking, hey, let's kill off Newt. And, fuck, I can't remember the guy. The same guy who played, John, who played Reese in, fucking Terminator. Kyle Reese. You know what I'm talking about. He played the main guy in Aliens in fucking Alien 3. They killed off fucking Newt and him off screen. That was the shittiest fucking thing that they could have done, and it's why people fucking hate Alien 3. Because somebody else came in and they fucking fucked it up. The studios did. So, you know, and like I said, it's like I'm gonna come in your house, I'm gonna piss all over the place, I'm gonna shit on your doorstep, I'm gonna fuck your daughter, I'm gonna sodomize your wife, you know, kick your fucking kid in the face. It's the literal equivalent of doing that. Sorry. Yeah, and I know it's getting late. Did you want to stay up longer? Do you want to go to bed? I'm sorry. I know I probably should have been playing more, but I get into a rant and I just get really passionate. Like I said, it's something I feel very strongly about. I'm thinking about making it in my fucking, like, if I make a novel, like, making it a stipulation in the terms of the novel that, like, if you're going to adapt this into a movie or whatever after I'm dead, you have to stay faithful. Like, I'm sure there's something like I could do. Because, like I said, the thought of somebody coming along and taking my story after I'm dead and warping it and turning it into some bullshit is fucking nightmare fuel for me. It's awful.
Drake, della shot.
This must be them. Schaefer's expedition.
Well,
Chintamani stone.
Okay, baby.
Or resin.
Like I said, I know I should have been playing more. I just, like I said, I get into rants and I just get, like, so passionate about it, like I said.
Hello. Would you look at this? These men were all shot.
Tata. Tikarire.
Oh, that's the Irman Sul. It's the life tree.
Alright, my love, I love you.
Unerbe.
I'm in Nerbe.
Oh, Jesus. They were SS.
Nga gotse maso.
Nazis.
Nazi. Nga kunza gagime.
We're just trying to be mindful of you, baby.
What would a man become?
And you're one of the people I love talking to the most. So, you know, when I have something I want to say, something I'm passionate about, I want to share with you, you know what I mean? And so I haven't seen you all day. Obviously, I know I slept, so I was eager to talk to you and get our conversations out while I could.
Tenzin. Schaefer did this.
Ah,
Schaefer killed them.
mare.
Yes. It's the only way to stop them.
Sure.
Shit. We have to find a way out of here.
See, now we're figuring out, you know those ram things? The fucking Yeti? Those are the people who are exposed to the Chintamani stone. It extends your life. It makes you live significantly longer, but it can gradually warp you and distort you into those fucking things. And there's more to it than that, but you'll see. And that's why like, Lazarevich is after the stone. He doesn't want money. He doesn't need money. He sees it as the pathway to eternal life. Because, like I said, it extends your lifespan. So, just little bits helps you live longer. Schaefer, he is like over 70 years ago, and he's over 100 years old. He is old, but he doesn't look it because he had a little bit of the Chintamani stone to extend his lifespan. So, well, remember, they said the actual Chintamani stone is bigger around than your fucking arms. So, like, essentially, if just a little bit can extend your lifespan dramatically, with a stone like that, you could live for centuries. And that's why he's like, it's so important to stop Lazarevich from getting the fucking Chintamani stone, because it's not about the money. It's about living forever, and he's a psychotic, warmongering fuck. That's like the last person you want to live for centuries.
Hey, there's a switch.
It also goes to show you,
We gotta get the hell out of here.
it goes to show you how Nathan Drake has changed. Or not changed, but like, it shows you the difference. It shows you the difference between Flynn and Drake, where Flynn just wants the money and he doesn't care who gets hurt. For Nathan Drake, he's willing to destroy the treasure for the greater good. It's not just about the money. Like, obviously he's out for a payday, but not at the expense of people's lives. And that's the thing, that's the difference between Nathan Drake and Flynn, and what the difference between a good person and a bad person is he's out for the treasure, but not at any cost, not if it hurts innocent people. Whereas Flynn doesn't care who gets hurt as long as he gets paid.
Crap. Heads up!
And, you bastard. Nathan Drake would never betray his friends like fucking Flynn did. As he saw with the sheer steps he went to get Chloe back. When most people would have just said, fuck it, it's too dangerous, and left her.
The elevator's down! Jump for it!
You know what I mean? Flynn wouldn't have gone back for Chloe, he would have left her to die.
I got you. Okay, we made it. We're almost out.
Yeah. Exactly. Although, Chloe's not entirely a bad person either. She's not like Flynn. She wouldn't betray Drake. Like, they said, she was in a position where if they found out what she was doing, he would kill her. And, in her opinion, Jeff was already dead. And he was going to get them all killed because he was a liability. And, well, I mean, he did result in them all getting captured. So it's not like... Chloe is more morally ambiguous than Drake, but she's not a bad person like Flynn. And she kind of has more of a redemption arc in later games. Chloe's in Uncharted 3, and then I told you she gets her own starring game. And has character growth as well. But obviously I'm not gonna, spoil that.
You okay?
Yep, they attacked the village.
Versace. Bema.
Thank God.
Oh, Nate.
What happened?
It's Lazarevich. They found us.
Bema 가와.
I don't know. I don't know. Schaefer's got her.
그래.
Mol Schaefer and young Duda.
Schaefer.
They went the other way.
All right.
Nate, this is our fault. We did this.
Yeah.
Just stay here.
And that's what I'm saying. Do you think Nathan Drake would fucking ruin the city, plunge it into war? Do you think Nathan Drake would try to burn the village down to get what he wants? No.
Keep them safe.
Lazarevich wants the treasure so bad he's willing to kill anyone to get it. Hurt innocent people. What are these mountain people doing to hurt him? Nothing. They're just in his way. And that's the thing. Nathan Drake would never do that. Oh yeah, you get this crossbow. It's fucking awesome.
Get back inside! Get inside!
You can't beat old school engineering. Getting medieval on their ass. Reminds me of fucking Ghostbusters. Anarchy. Total chaos. Cats and dogs working together. Real Wrath of God type stuff. To this day, Ghostbusters has like one of the best fucking line deliveries ever. When they come in fucking Ghostbusters and he's like, Dickless here. And he's like, the ghosts are capturing the city and we have to stop them. And he's like, fuck, hold on 1 second. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry, there's a fucking spider, a tiny spider crawling down from the roof at me. Fuck me. I'm trying to save your life, man. Crawl back up, abort! And then, Soul. There is only Soul. Like, if you come down here on me, I'm gonna have to kill you. Like, I'm looking out for you. Climb back up, you motherfucker. Oh my god. This thing wants to die. It wants to die. Fucking spiders, man. Ah, god damn it. Do not land on my chair, you son of a bitch. Fuck. Abort. Yeah, now you're climbing back up. Fuck. I have a fear of spiders. It's really, I don't want to touch it, okay? Like I said, a little girl in my fucking neighborhood died from one. Fucking Black Widow. I really don't like anything to do with spiders. And we have an agreement. We have a rule. They stay away from me, and they eat other bugs. They get to live. You come down on my chair, you die. Like, I'm trying to save you. You have the entire fucking ceiling. Don't come down on my chair, you little bastard. You have more fucking headroom than I do. Oh, God, you gave a spider an inch, man. Now it's crawling back up in the ceiling. And now you crawl back down. God. Fuck! I'll be right back. Okay. Back up there. I swear to God, I've got a tissue now. That fucker comes down here. It's over. The truce is over. I'm sorry. I really don't handle spiders well.
Just what I need.
I bet you're probably thinking being a bitch, too. Oh, God. Well, with spiders, they would eat us if given the chance. That's the whole thing. You know? Like, there's plenty of things that are harmless, but, like, a spider's fucking... They're carnivores. Anything they can kill, they do kill. And they suck their insides out. They liquefy their fucking prey. So it's like, if the spider was big enough to kill me, it would. So I don't really have any qualms about killing it. But I try not to kill it, like I said. I could have just killed it then. I was like, go back up on the ceiling, like we have an agreement. You have there, I have down here. Well, like I told you, babe, a little girl died in my neighborhood from a spider bite. She was like 4. She was like 4. And she fucking got a black widow bite on her head. You know, and like I said, it was a freak accident. 99% of people who get bit by black widow survive. But it was a big deal. And like knowing a little girl in my neighborhood died from a spider bite, and like she turned blue. It was like on the news. It was fucked up. And I've had a big ass fear of spiders since then. Like I know it's silly, but we can't help what trips our triggers. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I've definitely changed. I used to kill them on sight. You know what I mean? Just, a good spider's dead spider now. When I see a spider, I try to let it go. Old me would have just immediately killed it. And they actually help with the other bugs in the house. That's another reason I kind of appreciate spiders. They help with the ecosystem. Like, if it wasn't for spiders, we would be covered in flies and shit. Like, they actually help keep them in check. So I do recognize spiders have an important role to play in the ecosystem. I just would rather they played it away from me. It's like, I'll love you, little guy. I'll love you from a fucking distance. Very far away. I will appreciate you and all you do very far away.
Going that way.
Is there any irrational things that you're afraid of? Where it shouldn't bother you, but it just does? Well, I'm proud of your growth.
Look out!
Yeah. So we both had experience with spiders.
Damn it.
I will say this, one thing I really like about the monks is you can see all the Tibetan people, like, they're actually fighting back. They're not just taking that shit. Like, you can see a dude down there with a fucking gun. Like, they're a peaceful society. They're a peaceful society. But when somebody comes after their fucking shit, man, I was like, okay, Atu, grab the AK. Yeah, and I mean, if you're not willing to fight to defend your home, you don't deserve it.
Nice.
Oh shit, wow. That was a fucking winky dink. He had a grenade launcher. Where'd it go? Oh, it dropped down there. Fuck.
Take cover!
There we go. Bitch.
Bring it on!
What do the kids say these days? You don't want this smoke?
Okay.
Yeah, there were a lot of people when this game came out who said they would love to play like a Tenzin and Drake duo game.
Perfect.
Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot. You can actually get minigun in certain parts. Just get fucking, Tenzin and Drake together like the lethal weapon. I'm too old for this shit, Drake. This fucking sucks. Yeah, I get bad speaking. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get all the treasures. I love playing with you. I hope you know that. You know, you're such a big part of like my life now that like it honestly feels weird when you're not there. Like when I stream and you're not around to watch, it's just weird. That's not to guilt you. I'm just saying like that's how much I love having you around. You know, for some people they get tired of each other and they need time apart. I'm really just thankful for every bit of time we can spend together, and I don't see that changing. Here we go. Yeah, same. I'll find like stuff that I think you'll like, and then I'll tag you in it. You know what I mean? That's where you get all the posts on your feed. Because when I see them, I'm like, oh man, this video would love that. There we go. That's all the treasures for this chapter.
쇼, 겨구 쇼. 뱀아, 뱀아.
I got your back, Tenzin.
뱀아.
It's like we're bros for life now.
장생 하나 계셔.
What?
하나 계셔. 장생 하나 계셔. 셰퍼 비게.
Holy shit! Oh crap! Jump! Jump!
Why would he bring a tank?
Chapter 20, Cat and Mouse.
Let's go!
Thank you. Combination. There they are.
And once again, it speaks to how good their writing is. How good their writing is. That they manage to make you care about a character who doesn't even speak your fucking language. You know what I mean? So like Tenzin, like people remember Tenzin and like that, and he doesn't speak a lick of English.
This way!
It was also a risk. You know what I mean? Like, let's have a dude you can't fucking understand and try to make you care about him.
How am I supposed to take a tank out?
Yeah, especially when you don't understand a word of what he's saying.
RPG! It's Tibetan for RPG.
What's Tibetan for RPG? Boom, boom!
Oh, shit!
Joe, double check.
Go. No. Tenzin! Bring it!
Sweet.
Tenzin, where are you? Where the hell did he go? We better go around.
And it also significantly escalates the scale. Because, you know, up until now, in the first game, Samantha, it was just like Drake and his people's lives at stake. But with this in the village, there's a lot more at stake
Where did
here.
he go? Is he drunk? Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh, no. Shit, run!
That's it. Thank God. Where the hell did you go? RPG, just like the doctor wanted.
Shit.
Love of God.
Oh. Ah, damn it. Alright. Ah, shit, I blew myself up. I didn't mean to do that. I grabbed a gun and it automatically switched to the RPG. Okay. Shit. I'm just gonna sit here and chill for a bit. Ah, there it is. There's the treasure. Okay, I have to remember that. Ah, shit. Okay, well now I know. He's in a position, I'm gonna make you get in when we get down to business, Samantha. Ah, shit, I keep trying to jump up to the roof with the fucking RPG. There we go.
Attention! Cover me! This is what we need.
Oh, thank God, finally.
Tenzin.
Emma, okay?
Schaefer. Where's Schaefer?
Nate.
They took Schaefer.
Oh, God. It's because he had the dagger.
I know. Hey.
No time to argue. We gotta go.
All right. Oh, at least scooch over.
Okay.
Yeah, this is awesome.
They must have taken him in the lead car.
We gotta stop him before Lazarevich gets a hold of him.
All right. I have an idea.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm gonna clear the road. Here, take the wheel.
What?
Just take it.
Why didn't you just let me drive in the first place?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah.
Well, his plans have worked out thus far.
Okay.
That's good.
Elena, you might as well just trust him.
A little closer. There you go.
Hang on!
He's here!
Hang on!
I'm hanging! I'm hanging!
21, convoy.
I gotta get off this.
Fuck. Yeah, see, this is pretty fucking awesome.
That's not good. I gotta find another truck.
Yeah, no shit. What do you think I'm doing?
Where did these guys come from?
Ha 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 ha!
You got it!
There's no way they survived that. Let's go.
Hey, like those nice things they can even get me.
Come on. Just like old times, huh?
Yeah.
You could say that. So now what?
We head to the creepy old monastery. What else? There's Schaefer. Damn it.
What's happening?
Lazarevich has him.
Oh no. Ugh.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
As I'll ever be.
Now we're going to the monastery. I can end it here, or we can keep going. 22, the monastery. We're honestly clearing up on the ending.
Almost there. You got it?
Uh-huh.
All right, quietly now. Come on. Nice view.
Men.
No, I was talking about the mountains. Really.
Come on.
Oh, no, I was actually talking about the mountains.
Who hasn't checked in?
The last truck never arrived.
Keep an eye out.
Alright, babe. I'll send it here.